So, you're thinking about tackling the MS-900 certification. Smart move. It's a fantastic way to boost your career, but let's be honest, figuring out where to even start studying can feel like a total nightmare. Well, that's what we're going to do right now. We're cutting through all that noise to give you the ultimate step-by-step study guide built from the best tips from Microsoft and, more importantly, from people who've actually been there and passed the exam.
Look, this certification is a brilliant way to prove you know your stuff. Our goal here today is to make passing it feel less like a long shot and more like something you're absolutely going to achieve. This right here, this is your all-in-one action plan. No more guessing. Let's dive into exactly how we're going to get you that pass.
So, here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we're going to decode the exam itself. Then, we'll look inside the official blueprint. After that, I'll give you the ultimate study playbook with all the best resources. We'll cover some pro tips, run through some real exam-style questions, and then wrap it all up with your clear path to getting certified. First things first, let's decode this thing. Because, look, before you even open a book or watch a video, you've got to understand what this test is really all about and get your head in the right space for it. Let's kick things off with a little confidence booster, shall we? If you've got some IT experience under your belt, the general feeling out there is that this exam is totally doable. It's meant to be a fundamentals exam, not some impossible monster designed to trick you.
Okay, but here's the reality check. It's not a total walk in the park. Notice those two words, broad and specific. The challenge here isn't the deep, complex tech, it's the sheer breadth of the material. You need to remember specific details across a ton of different services, especially, you guessed it, the licensing models, which everyone agrees can be super confusing.
So let's break down the hard facts. You're looking at 40 to 60 multiple choice questions, and you've got just 60 minutes to do them. That's about a minute a question, so you have to be quick. Your target? A 700 out of 1,000, which is 70%. Remember, this is all about proving you know the fundamentals, not that you're a world-class expert.
All right, so we know the rules of the game. Now, for the most important part, the strategy. With so much to learn, where should you focus your precious study time? Well, the official exam blueprint tells us exactly that.
Just look at this chart. See that massive slice for M365 apps and services? We're talking 45 to 50%. That is nearly half of your entire exam right there. Security is next, then licensing, then cloud concepts. But it's clear where the real battle is won or lost. Your study plan has to reflect these weights.
So the main takeaway here is crystal clear. To pass the MS-900, your #1 job is to get a really solid handle on the core products. Teams, SharePoint, Exchange Online, and even more importantly, how they all connect and work together to solve real business problems.
Okay, so you know what to study. Now let's talk about how to study. This section is your curated playbook. I've done the digging for you to find the absolute best resources so you don't have to waste hours searching around.
If you're a visual learner, video courses are gold. The community absolutely loves John Saville for his deep technical dives. Andrew Brown's course over on FreeCamp is fantastic for a complete, free overview. And if you're looking for something more structured, paid courses from folks like Thomas Mitchell on Udemy or the paths on LinkedIn Learning are great options.
Now, just watching videos is not enough. You have to test yourself. You should absolutely start with the free official practice assessments on Microsoft Learn. And here's a hot tip I've seen everywhere. Check out a site called SkillCert Pro. People swear their questions are incredibly close to what you'll see on the real exam. And here's your goal. Do not even think about booking a real test until you're consistently scoring over 85% on these practice runs.
Okay, we've got our resources lined up. Now let's talk about the pro tips, the things that really separate the people who pass from the people who fail. This is about moving beyond just reading books and watching videos.
If you only remember one thing from this entire guide, make it this. I cannot stress it enough. Hands-on experience is non-negotiable. Knowing the theory is one thing, but you need to get into the admin portals and actually click the buttons yourself.
And here's exactly how you do that. Microsoft literally gives you a free 30-day trial of a high-end E5 license. This unlocks everything. So sign up, get in there, explore the admin center, create a dummy user, poke around the security settings. This is the stuff that makes the concepts go from abstract ideas to concrete knowledge that sticks in your head. And finally, don't trip up on the simple stuff. Be smart about scheduling your exam. Pick a time when you know you'll be sharp and focused. Give yourself a realistic timeline to study. Don't try to cram it all in at the last minute. And remember, if you're not feeling ready,
You can reschedule for free as long as you do it more than 24 hours in advance. Don't let a bad day or poor planning cost you your exam fee.
All right, time to put what you've learned to the test. We're going to do a quick rapid-fire round with a few exam-style scenarios to get your brain working like it needs to for the real thing.
Okay, scenario 1. A company's growing, they have 500 computers, and they need to get the Office apps on all of them. You can't just run around to 500 desks. So what are the 2 main M365 tools you'd use to do this efficiently?
And the answer is a 1-2 punch. First, you use the Office customization tool to build the perfect installation package, deciding which apps to include, the update channel, all that good stuff. Then, you use Microsoft Intune to push that custom package out to all 500 devices and manage them from a single cloud-based console.
Next up, let's dive into that topic everyone loves, licensing. You've got a small business. They need the desktop Office apps, professional email with Exchange, and they need to manage their devices. What single plan wraps all of that up in a neat little bow for them?
That's going to be Microsoft 365 Business Premium. And this is the go-to for small and medium-sized businesses because it's specifically designed to bundle everything they need. The productivity apps, the powerful email, and, crucially, the security and device management features of Intune. It's their all-in-one solution.
Okay, last scenario, security. We all know passwords aren't enough anymore. So if an organization wants to add the most fundamental layers of security on top of their passwords, what are the 2 absolute must-have features they need to turn on?
The answer here is the core of modern identity security. First, multi-factor authentication, or MFA, to make users prove they are who they say they are. And second, conditional access policies, which are like a smart bouncer for your digital front door, checking things like location and device health before letting anyone in.
All right, we have covered a ton of ground. The exam itself, the study plan, the resources, the pro tips. Let's boil all of that down into your final checklist for success.
So here it is, your final success plan. Number 1, remember this exam is about breadth, not depth. Number 2, pour most of your energy into M365 apps and services. That's half the test. 3, use a good mix of videos and high-quality practice tests. 4, and this is the big one, get hands-on experience with that free trial. And finally, keep practicing how to apply all this knowledge to real-world scenarios, just like we did.
And that is your complete playbook for passing the MS-900 exam. You've got the strategy, you've got the resources, and you know what to expect. Now, it's just about putting in the work. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe for more, and seriously, good luck in your exam. You've got this.